All right, back for another Tim talk. And this one I want to entitle Caretakers Are Magicians. Caretakers are magicians. Now, I grew up thinking magicians were magical people, right? I loved this guy named Harry Houdini. I don't know if any of you have heard of him, but he was an incredible magician, an illusionist. And I magic is just one of those things. I think of nature and in a fond way, and I think it's magical. It's like on the edge of wonderment. It's you can't get your head wrapped around how amazing the earth is and nature on all the different levels that it lives and how everything interacts together. It's just the greatest thing you could ever imagine, and it is magic and it is life. And so to be an earth caretaker, it means you're part of that magic. You have when you're an earth caretaker, you decide to care for the earth. It means you're going to trim a branch here, you're going to let one stay there, you're going to trim a tree here, you're going to clean this trail here, you're going to clean the waterway over here. You're going to find ways of making the woods or the desert or the ocean or wherever you are better for everything that lives there. And in the process of you taking your hands and your mind and your body and working with the earth caretaking, you're creating magic. You can create space for others to live in. You can leave food for others to eat. Imagine what it's like. I feed birds a lot, and imagine what it's like when these migrating birds come over and they've been flying for hundreds of miles and they're exhausted, and they land at my place and see all the food's left out for them, and they're in safe space, no house cats, and they eat, and that's magic. That is magic. When you walk through the land and you look at a forest that you've cared for, and the light hits a certain tree and it glows, and a woodpecker flies through, that is magic. You are the magician. When you are a caretaker, you are a magician. And I take it to another area, and that is caretaking as a profession. Julie, who many of you know from our school, she cooks, and she is helped me write this book, and she's an amazing artist, and she is a great teacher. Well, she's our caretaker of our land. And when she became caretaker, I realized that's a new profession. There's caretakers all over the country looking out for people's land and properties. And she's continually working magic, whether she's moving wood to the house or just protecting the space here or making sure things don't go wrong or shoveling snow off the sidewalk or trimming the rose bushes or feeding the birds, and a lot of it's energy. It's just knowing. A caretaker creates safety. A caretaker creates creativity by allowing all space to be better, because I know and others know that it's being watched. In other words, it's being watched with a heart. It's being watched with a soul full of ideas. It's being watched through hard work and interaction. And so the land is cared for energetically, intellectually, and physically. Caretakers are magicians. It's that simple. And I say this too because not only do I want you to become an earth caretaker, but wherever you are, caretake your space. If you've got a backyard or a front yard, turn into a wildlife habitat. If you're walking through a city park and you don't own it, that's okay. Maybe you move a branch out of the trail. Maybe you pick up a rock and put it back. Maybe you help on the creek. There's always things to do. Caretakers find what needs to be done, and they do it. And that's really an amazing thing. And for some of you guys, particularly you young people who are looking towards your future, you might find a caretaking job on a beautiful place, You might find one. Or maybe you'll be lucky enough to buy some land someday and you'll caretake that. Okay. But I want to just wrap this talk up. It's more of an inspirational talk about looking at this one idea, being a caretaker, and how it expands out from being a caretaker of the planet to your yard, your front, your backyard, to your home, to the birds that come by your house, for your family, your friends, your community. A caretaker is much more than you would think initially. It's really, I think, important to explore words like that and see all the different webs that they lead to. It's a great thing. It really is. And I can't think of a better way to live than being a caretaker. So get out there and caretake. Ho.